The irregular income planning sheet is one of the sheets I get asked the most questions about. Well, Dave, I can't do a budget because I'm self-employed or I'm on straight commission and I just never know, so I can't do a budget. I get that all the time. Oh, no, you got to do a budget more than anybody else because I know about you. I am you. I've been straight commission or self-employed just about my whole life, and those of us that are straight commission, that we're entrepreneurial, we're salespeople, we have a tendency to try to out-earn our stupidity. And that is a major issue. You cannot out-earn your stupidity. You have to put it on paper on purpose before the month begins. Now, the way the irregular income planning sheet works is any extra money that comes above what we pretty much know is going to come. What we pretty much know is going to come, we run the regular budget forms on that. If you're in straight commission and you haven't been below $3,000 a month in 3 years, then you can run a regular budget on $3,000. But if you have a $6,000 a month, what are we going to do with that other $3,000? That's the question. And that's what this form is. You make a list of everything that didn't make it in the budget in the first run over here, and you make a list of everything I want to do or should do or could do over here. And I make a list and I put a dollar amount beside it. I'd like to pay extra on this debt. I'd like to save some money. We'd like to put some money aside for Christmas. We'd like to go on vacation. I want to buy this item. Whatever it is, and you make a list of those things and you put a dollar amount beside them. Then you look at that list and you ask yourself, if I could only do one of these things, if I make my $3,000 and I make one more dollar, what would I do with that dollar? If I could only do one of these things, what would I do? And then you say, I'm going to put it on that thing. Okay, that's your number one priority then. You put a 1 beside that item. If I could do one more thing on here after that, what's the next most important thing? You put a 2 beside that. If I could do one more thing after that, what's the next most important thing? You put a 3 beside that. And so on until every one of these has a number in order of importance. Rewrite the sheet then, off of a yellow pad, write it onto this sheet in order of importance. Most important to least important. And the sheet is really simple. The amount is the amount that you need for the item. The cumulative amount on the right-hand side is just the running total. So this particular couple's trying to pay off their JCPenney card. They want to put $150 on that. And then they want to pay off their Sears card. So $150 plus $250 over to the right is $400 is the running total. Then we want to pay off a $500 Visa. They're working their debt snowball, looks to me like. And so $400 plus $500 on the right-hand side, the running total is $900. Do you see how that's working? Say yes. Plus, now I want to save $200 towards a vacation. $900 plus $200 is $1,100. And then we're going to put some $400 towards Christmas. $1,100 plus $400 is $1,500. Now, if this guy gets a quarterly bonus out of the blue that's not in his budget, it doesn't mean party, road trip. It means if he gets a $1,064 take-home quarterly budget, what's he going to do with it? Well, we're going to pay off JCPenney, Sears, Visa. We're going to fund part of the vacation because $1,064 doesn't quite get me to $1,100. I just go how far I can go down that right-hand column. How far will that check? If I get a $500 check, we know we're going to pay off 2 credit cards and a little bit on the Visa. How far down that right-hand column can I go? Do you see how that works? Say yes. That's how to manage an irregular, unpredictable income. You still have to spend every dollar on paper before the month begins, even if you can't predict it. Now, the breakdown of savings is one of my favorite sheets. It's kind of a fun sheet. Works pretty good. Basically, what you're doing here is, if you have a savings account, I recommend for your emergency fund that you keep it completely separate. You don't mix any of the savings with your emergency fund. That way you don't accidentally buy a couch with your emergency fund. But then you need the miscellaneous savings account over here to save up for Christmas or save up for the property taxes or save up to go on vacation, right? Say yes. Yes. And the problem with that miscellaneous savings account is it builds up, builds up, builds up, and then we impulse and we forgot that we had this other thing coming. We go buy a leather couch and we didn't leave the money in there for Christmas. And then Christmas comes around and we go, oh, it got me. Okay, snuck up on me again. You don't want to go there at all. So what the breakdown of savings says, it says in my savings account, down at the bottom there, I have a total of $1,600 in October, but that $1,600 isn't really $1,600. It's really money for car replacement, for my health insurance, and my savings towards Christmas. The next month there's $1,850, and I have $700 in for car replacement. So if I go spend on Christmas $900, well, something's not going to happen with the car replacement or the health insurance deductible, right? We just bid into one of those, and we're saying that out loud. Now, the reason I like this fund is one time we had a really nice vacation fund set up to go snow skiing. And we're sitting there, and the furniture fund didn't have a lot in it. We were saving for some furniture, but it didn't have a lot in it. Well, my wife gets this bright idea. She wants a china cabinet. Now, see, I'm a guy. I do not understand china that we don't use. And I really don't understand a $2,500 cabinet to put it in. It just does not compute. I do not get this whole concept. But I figured out with some things I don't have to get it, I've just got to get it. So I'm okay with that, but there wasn't enough money in the furniture fund for the china cabinet. Almost, but not quite. But there's plenty over here in my vacation fund. I'm getting ready to go snow skiing. And she starts looking over there at that, looking for this china cabinet. I'm going, no, you can't ski on a china cabinet. It'll bust all to pieces when you go down the mountain on it. It won't work. We're not doing that. And she says, no, wait a minute. Hear me out. I got an idea. This is a true story. She said, I want to move my portion of the snow ski money out of there to buy the china cabinet, and there's a bunch of guys over at church going skiing, and you take the rest and go skiing with the guys. So get this, people. I got to go snow skiing with the guys, and I was a hero. I love this form. I love this form. But what it really did was it created communication, didn't it? And we had a place here to talk through an issue and come to a resolve. Everybody got to win. We created a win-win scenario. And that's what that breakdown of savings form will do for you. We're going to cover the debt snowball form in detail in the debt lesson. There's a pro rata form that we're going to cover in the collections lesson in detail. There's some other forms throughout your form system that you'll see as you go through the workbook and through the different lessons, how to calculate on a refinance, how to calculate on things like your retirement or your kids' college, those kinds of things. You'll do those as work study on your own, and you can always go online. We've always got new features and tutorials and tools and videos and all kinds of very, very cool stuff there. So check online regularly because we're constantly updating it. We have a fabulous, fabulous website. You will not win in this class until you do a budget. You will not win in the steps of financial peace. You will not get out of debt as successfully as the other people until you put it down on paper, on purpose. There is no exception. There is no way out. These financial people go, never do a budget. This is somebody trying to sell books, all right? That's the truth. The truth is you've got to do the hard work. It's the only way you get to win. And there's no exception to it. That's why every book I've ever written that's hit the New York Times bestsellers got the budget forms in the back. There's no exception to this. You've got to do this. Thanks for being here. Do a written budget. Simple as that. You've got to tell your money what to do, or you'll always wonder where it went. Goal setters win. And a budget is goal setting. It's how you win financially. Spend every dollar on paper, on purpose, every time. Get into this habit right now. It'll change your life. No one wins without doing written goals. Always tell your money what to do on paper.